Now we're gonna attach these, and how we do these are, you see what it's a double 90 degree, and we tighten them in. They both go in, and we tighten the screw. The double angle corner tightens down and holds it. And I saw a screwdriver. Actually, the way it's cut, you can buy a 10-foot length, and it just fits for this size module, which is, and for a 26 by 32 inch tempered glass, you cut the frame 26 1/8 by 32 1/8. So each end is 26 1/8 and 32 1/8.
There's like the aluminum is a 1/16 of an inch thick, and you have a 1/16 of an inch gap.
Okay, right now I'm going to add some to the front edge. And I'm going to let you do this all the way around, and it's going to be a small bead. We call it a bead of caulk. And I'm going to put a little here to show you. And see, I'm just putting a small bead right along that front edge, and I'm going to put this right here because we're going to use that in a minute. All right.
It is vinegary.
Yep, that's glacial acetic acid, which is vinegar without the water.
It's good on chips.
And what it happens actually is, it's such a strong vinegar, glacial acetic acid is, that it draws water vapor out of the air, and it's the water vapor that actually does the catalyzing of this silicone.
Good.
Did you just add a little bit? Maybe I was not telling you to put enough. Okay, we'll just go like that, and we'll go like this. Okay, this is the tricky part. We lift this up, and we're going to slide it on, not on the caulk, but on the top edge. Slip it right on, and we just hold this down with one hand, and we just slide this and keep it down, because we're not going to engage the caulking as of yet. Until, now up here we just lift it a little, now we take the other half, quarter piece end, and we're going to flip it over for this gentleman and Kevin, or whoever. Erica? Is it Erica?
Yes.
Oh, I can remember.
That's very good.
Okay, now you see, you got to do them both at the same time. You might have to just adjust one a little bit. Sometimes you got to level it down a little. Yeah, that's it. A little more. Ah, now that side. Now tighten the inside.
Oh, that's a nice one.
We have to put the piece of plastic down so we don't glue it to the table.
So we move that. Beauty.
Just like a ballet.
I'd only known. Ah. Now, we're going to put a whole larger application of caulk along the inside. And then we're going to put in our little springs that, and we can actually make these more springy.
Yeah, because they need to be springier than they normally are.
How much is left? Okay, we got enough to probably do 2 corners. And then we're gonna caulk in, encapsulating the wire. When you do that side, you can include the wire. If you see what I'm saying. And then we're gonna cut, but not, just this part, the middle part. Try to get that. Let's go right across there. If you can reach across and go right into the corner, as we would hope we would usually do.
What's the benefit of encapsulating that wire?
Because that means it's sealed.
It's just out of the way.
Well, it's out of the way.
Sealing, away from the weather.
Yeah. The wire itself is a plastic that's relatively impervious, but the ends can corrode.
And plus, we're protecting our soldering from any outside.
Yeah. And also, it makes the wire not move so that you don't yank on the.
But we want to put a lot in there. I had a whole other bit.
More than that?
No, but I want you to continue. But fill it in all the way. Whichever. Go that one first. It looks like it's.
Okay.
Get the corner. Okay. Yeah, working down is probably easy. Get the corner. I'm going to open this. Not funny.
Yeah, we use different frames, we have slightly different techniques.
This is a Nielsen frame,
Yeah. And-
Art House number 22.
Yeah, in case you want to buy it. But I mean, sometimes we use,
True.
we discovered, depends on how good the solder drums are. Well, since the front was already done, you could probably get away with 360.
Ooh, look at that. Right. I don't wanna
Cut
put too much weight
a
in.
half-inch ring out of the end, and,
Oh, works nice.
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
I usually use an 1.5" PVC, but Richard's been after me to use the recycled
Yeah,
GE silicone
it's easy to
caulk
cut,
tube.
and it works well.
Now, I'll use the smooth end down, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to notch it for the wires. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend it right over next to each other. This will sit down when once we're finished and we add some more. I'm going to bend this so where they come together, it'll fit into our little homemade junction box. UL disapproved. So UN approved. UN approved. You see the little notches? One for the blue and one for the red. And I'm going to set it in so that they're...
Yeah, and you can put a weight on it after you put the...
Before I'm going to finish that, I'm going to put in some of these so that you can remember why these are here. These are going to hold it in position. Move it down a little.
You see, the silicone caulk can break loose from the frame after years of
These go right
working in the weather, expansion, contraction, and everything.
No, they're
And
just,
this
just a little
holds it
bit
in
of-
place and keeps it from
That's good.
breaking loose.
Okay, now we're going to, there's a couple of spots. Ah, fresh one, really smells good. But I like to just put enough. This adds to the value of the module. And it gives GE a little extra to accommodate our homemade GE junction box. And I put a little bit under, a little bit over, and around and through. Because this will be encapsulated, you see? I don't know why that's... And I don't want to have places where little animals can go in and live there. Even though I like little animals, GE might not like it. And now, if this is down, we can put a weight on it, as Richard said. We're filling this little junction box up to the top. And I like to put a little bit around the outside for good measure. Now we can find those little spots on this end where, and any spots where, see in there, that yellow isn't covered. We're now finished.
Yes, yes, yes. You can smooth this out a little.
You can smooth it out, but some like it rough.
You get that on tape there?